Hey guys, Nick here. I just want to tell you about this weird little game I found last week called One Finger Death Punch. It's this like little indie $5 Steam game that was on the front page about a week ago that just came out earlier this month. I think it's actually an Xbox Live indie game from like middle of last year, but it just came out on Steam finally, and it's super, really weird and specific and cool, and you should probably check it out.
Your enemy is strong. Take your time and focus.
So basically you have two buttons, the left button and the right button. That's either the X button and B button if you're using an Xbox controller, or left and right mouse button, or the arrow keys, or whatever you want. And those are the only inputs in the game. You are only pressing literally two buttons the entire duration. And how it works is as enemies walk into your range, you hit them by hitting the appropriate button. Most enemies go down in one hit, but the way that they counter this and make it not like totally spammy is they do a really good job of communicating right from the get-go, do not button mash. If you button mash, enemies will run up on you and get a free hit in on you and you lose and die. But it's this really cool thing where it's like every couple stages they're introducing new enemies, and there's also like weapons that factor in which extend the range of your punches. There's also projectiles like the bow and arrow and the smoke bombs and the daggers, which feel really good. There's a spiked ball that you can like chain together combos by hitting it every time it gets in your range and like comboing it off enemies' heads while attacking over and over. Basically there's just like kind of a lot to this game, which is crazy. It's kind of like a rhythm game with no music is I guess the best way I'd describe it. This might not be the best comparison, but there's this anime called Kill la Kill that's airing right now that some of us in the office are way into, and it has all these really impossibly fast, kind of epic or whatever battle sequences. This game feels like playing one of those to me. You're just so speedy, it's so responsive. There's something really awesome, I think, about fighting 100 guys in 50 seconds and executing it perfectly without messing it up. It actually kind of reminds me of the Batman Arkham City games in terms of like having to press the right button at the right time and having really immediate feedback and feeling really punished when you screw up. It also does this really great self-correcting difficulty thing where the speed of the game increases or decreases depending on how well you're doing, which I think Pac-Man Championship Edition did that. This game kind of borrows that and uses it really well. It's basically just a really like pure, super arcadey action game, and it makes you really happy to see one idea taken and just executed on pretty much perfectly. I would love to see a lot more games like this.
Victory!
Something I couldn't stop thinking about while playing it is that it would make an incredible mobile game. I don't know if you played Super Hexagon, but that game just kind of split the screen in half and one button was left and one side was right. This game would work flawlessly on that. I think the team's like just basically one dude or a guy and his brother, so I don't know if that's realistic, but I would love to see this game come to mobile eventually. It kind of made me think like about that crappy Arkham City game that came out last year and how much better that would have been if it had been something like this. But yeah. It just seems like there's a lot to enjoy here. It's like 250 levels. There's like a few dozen perk-style skills you can unlock and equip. There's literally 152 achievements, which is really funny for a $5 Steam game. But yeah, you should absolutely check it out. It's $5 on Steam, and then I think $3 if you go get the original Xbox Live Indie Games version. And yeah, One Finger Death Punch. You should probably play it.